Welcome back. This is White Mountains Today, live from North Conway Village. I am Chris Prue, and with me right now is Corrine Rober from Bear Rock Adventures up in Colebrook, New Hampshire. Is it Colebrook?
Well, that's where I live, but Pittsburgh, New Hampshire is where we're located.
Is where the rental shop is located.
Exactly.
So Bear Rock Adventures is, you're located right on the Ride the Wilds trails. Tell me first, what is Ride the Wilds?
So Ride the Wilds is a connection of over 1,000 miles of trails. There's 13 different clubs that connect the trails and maintain the trails, which is all volunteer. But you can ride from, say you start with us up in Pittsburgh, right up near the Canadian border, all the way down to Lancaster or over to the Berlin-Gorham area.
This is great. So you can actually enjoy a multiple-day adventure on the Ride the Wilds trails going
Right.
from town to town.
Right. And it's a combination of old logging trails and some canopy trails and going over peaks and through, fields. It's pretty fantastic.
I've seen footage of waterfalls and all sorts of things. The North Country is vast. I don't think people realize how big the Great North Woods really is.
Yeah. We have several lakes up there that are really not even... There's hardly anybody on them,
Yeah.
So it's quite nice to go out there and get removed from the area.
And you really do feel like you're on vacation, kind of recharging your batteries.
Yeah, layers of stress just go away.
So Ride the Wilds, possibly the premier ATV trails in the entire eastern U.S., and Bear Rock Adventures is located right on the trails, and you guys get people on the trails. How does Bear Rock work?
So we are a premium Polaris outfitter of ATVs, and we have ATVs ranging from a basic quad, which could seat two people front to back.
Yep.
So people would sit almost like on a motorcycle, or what we call side-by-sides. So there's an ATV. The side-by-sides are Polaris Razors, 900s, and they're either two-seater, four-seaters, or six-seaters.
Wow.
So you come in, we have, our machines are outfitted with touchscreen GPS, spot technology. You're familiar with that?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, so basically it will tell us where you are all the time in case, either A, you get lost, or which is not common,
Yep.
but B, if there's some sort of mechanical failure, you have any issue whatsoever. It also is if there's an emergency, you could hit the SOS button and let people know that, you need some assistance greater than just Bear Rock.
That's great. And you guys
Yeah.
have partnered with Polaris. You have, as you mentioned, you're getting outfitted every year with the latest and
Right.
greatest from Polaris, and they're recognizing how great a resource Bear Rock Adventures is and Ride the Wilds for people to really kind of test out the latest and greatest.
Right, so a lot of people I think have a misconception of what ATVing is, and they don't really understand that it is a great adventure for a family, no matter what age. At least over 5 years of age. We do have some physical requirements.
Taking the
for
newborn might be a struggle, yeah.
We do have physical requirements in that they have to be able to sit in the seat, hold on to the handbars, and place their feet on the floor. So usually that's typically 5 years of age or older. But yeah, so they... people a lot of times I think that ATVing is just for maybe like a gearhead, motorhead, or somebody that's into, going fast.
Yep.
And it's not like that. We send people out on adventures that will surprise people.
Right. You can probably, even though it's a motorsport, you can probably just use this as a vehicle to get from point to point across the Great North Woods and enjoy other activities. Maybe it's a picnic, or maybe it's just it's sightseeing, or even if you're into photography or wildlife viewing.
Right. So some people come and pack their lunches. Some people come and then just stop at a restaurant along the way because our roads are accessible to the ATVs and then connect to the trails as well, which is a whole different environment for people. People are surprised when they come up to our towns and see ATVs driving down the center of the street.
Yep.
But it's fun. We send people on different tours going out to go fishing or to just go to the peaks and see the views, photography or bird watching. But one of my favorites is going to April's Maple, which is a state-of-the-art sugar house and cafe in Canaan, Vermont.
That's so April's Maple, it sounds, obviously, it's maple syrup
Yep.
themed, but it's probably open in more than just March and April.
Yeah, so they are open all year round, actually. You
Yeah.
can access them on the ATVs or snowmobiles. And as I said, it's in Canaan, Vermont, and we're located in Pittsburgh,
Yep.
New Hampshire. But we have a reciprocity with a commerce trail in Vermont that allows you to go on there with our ATVs without having Vermont registration.
Yeah. All those things sound great, bird watching, fishing, but I think eating is definitely my favorite activity. you can take me to a great restaurant and, have a fun, creative route to get there. That's the way to go.
Yeah, isn't that great? We head out at night, just my husband and I, and go out to dinner in our ATV, which
That's
is
awesome.
quite fun. Yeah.
You probably spend
Yeah.
more time on ATVs than you do in a car nowadays.
We try to.
getting closer.
We try to.
Closer and closer. Well, and the line is becoming thinner and thinner between the two. As you
Right.
mentioned, the great technology in these Polaris machines. You guys are about to get a new Polaris machine that
We
even
are.
blurs the lines a little bit more. Tell me about that.
Right.
And Hans, we have video of this in that folder if you can air that.
So they're slingshots. To me, they look like like a Batmobile. So it's a three-wheeled motorcycle, and they will be outfitted with some GPSs. There we go.
Yeah.
They're
that out.
really cool looking.
And this is a street vehicle.
This is a street vehicle. So you could rent it by the hour, half day, full day, or even multiple days. So we feel like, if you're down here in North Conway, this could be a tremendous way to come up and visit us and then take it for like a tour over to, say, Mount Washington Hotel and have lunch, or, up through the notches.
That's
I mean,
a
what
great
a
idea.
great way to see the foliage,
Yep.
right?
Or any time of, well, maybe not in the winter, but definitely in the summer months. We still have a good at least month of summer down here in North Conway. I know it advances a little bit more quickly up where you
a
are.
couple of weeks shorter up north. But still, we'll be open until October 9th, the day after Columbus Day.
Okay.
So, and we're 7 days a week from 8 to 5. So people can give us a call, check out our website, and get some more information.
All right. Now, if you would like to do that, you actually have a special code to give our audience a discount on that, right?
We do. WM Today 17 would give you 15% off any of our rentals.
And that includes the slingshot?
It will.
Wow.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes.
So it's at the bottom of your screen right there, WM Today. I believe that stands for White Mountains Today.
Yes.
I'm good.
You are
WM
good.
Today 17, and 17 is my IQ. So, as you mentioned, fall foliage is coming up quickly, and if people want to actually take a tour of fall foliage and want to beat the Columbus Day rush, get up to where you guys are, because it starts early up there.
Right. So our foliage peaks about 2 weeks before you do down here.
Yep.
So either the second or the third or fourth week in September.
Wow.
Yeah.
So get on up, and you can
Yep.
take an ATV out. You're open until October
9th. The trail system's in Pittsburgh. This gets a little confusing. Close on September 30th. So we moved to Colebrook. But normally our location is in Pittsburgh, New Hampshire. But just give us a call and we'll guide you in the correct direction.
Awesome. This sounds fun. I need to try this. Anything else you want people to know about Bear Rock Adventures and riding the wilds?
We are definitely the best outfitter because we have the state-of-the-art technology, the best machines, the most information. We're the only ones have created a map of the full system, so we've got it together. If you're interested in going ATVing, you should be coming out with us.
I like it, because for me, it's not about. I'm not so much into the technology for the sake of the technology, but I love the idea of having the technology as a way to make it easy for me to get out and go on an adventure and find the maple sugar place.
Right? April's maple. And
Or a nice trout
it
stream.
decreases the risk or the concern
Yep.
because we've got all these assets on the machine. And I didn't even mention Bluetooth technology, so you can play Pandora while you're riding down the trails, which is pretty nice.
And you've got the individual, like you get the single riders, or you can even get the six-seater if the whole family wants to ride together. So
Right.
there you go.
And what a great way for teenagers to go out and still spend time with their family. That maybe they've moved beyond Santa's Village in Storyland, but are still looking for something to do.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. So if people want to make reservations, do they call you? Can they do it online? What do they do?
Both. 866-663-9777 is our number, or you can just go online and book directly. But a lot of people have questions, so don't hesitate to call and ask and see what would be best for you.
And they can probably find your website if they Google you. It's Bear Rock Adventures. And what's the actual website?
BearRockAdventures.com.
BearRockAdventures.com?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on.
Chris, thank you.
Did we miss anything? We could probably talk for hours about all the activities up
I know.
there in
I
North
just
Country,
guess
but
we need to know when you're coming up.
I know. It's the schedule is shrinking, but I am going to be up there soon.
That would be great.
Even if I have to wait until next spring and summer, we will definitely be up.
Great.
And I'll bring my fishing rod.
Sounds
And
good.
my love for maple syrup and pancakes. Korean Rover, Bear Rock Adventures. We will be right back with more on White Mountains Today. Don't forget the code WMToday17 for 15% off at Bear Rock Adventures.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.